Hi, everybody. This is the Prospect Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, and welcome back to the Prospect Hut. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So, obviously, the Mets have gotten off to an 0-4 start. And people, a lot of the fans, not me, of course, are very concerned by these 4 losses. These 4 games, people are ready to blow the team up. Everybody's ready to sort of throw in the towel. Nobody gives up quicker than a fan, I'll tell you that. And nobody gives up quicker than a Met fan. My goodness. But Steve Cohen was on TV today. He was on CNBC. Had a lot of things to say. I have a summation here for you to enjoy. It's from Mesmerized. I love Mesmerized. You got to read it. Follow it. Steve Cohen isn't panicking about the winless Mets, but he won't be afraid to cut his losses if things don't look good, much like 2023. Also, he envisions a 4-day work week, which should leave him more time for his latest investment in golf. Quote, it's only 4 games into the season, the Mets owner told Andrew Ross Sorkin on CNBC's Squawk Box. It would be the equivalent of getting off to a bad start. Let's say in a hedge fund year, you have a couple of down days early in January. You still got a lot of time left to do what you normally do. Nobody wants to start 0-4. But you know it's early, and during the season you're going to have losing streaks. We just happen to have one at the beginning. That's right. By the way, don't blame it all on Cohen. I'm not making the decisions, he said. My baseball people are making the decision. My job is when they need me to support their decisions, they come to me and say, this is what I want to do. I've never said no to anything. We have discussions and we talk about it. Those ideas are not coming from me, which is totally different than running my hedge fund. My hedge fund, I'm much more involved, but frankly, in my hedge fund, also we have 200 profile managers. I'm not telling them what to do either. I give them their risk limits and things like that, and I'm always available if they need to discuss anything. So I'm used to operating in a very decentralized way, and I give people a lot of rope. Sorkin asked Cohen, who has owned the Mets since 2020, about the business side of baseball. The current collective bargaining agreement expires after the 2026 season. Quote, I think we're in one of those moments in baseball where people are thinking about, okay, what do we like about the system? What do we don't? You've got 30 owners, you've got 30 different opinions. And so we are still trying to figure it out. There's no doubt that small market clubs aren't crazy about large market clubs spending a lot of money. So Sorkin asked, does money buy championships? The Mets payroll is at $284 million. Second in the sport, according to Sport Track. Clearly, quote, clearly not because we tried that, Cohen said, referring to last season. The real problem is if you are trying to build a team to the free agency, that's such a tough place to be. You're fighting the aging curve. You're buying players based on their previous history, but they are getting older. As they get older, performance over time declines, and so it's a tough place to be. So what you really want to do is develop talent, which is no different than what I do in my hedge fund, and that's the similarities between the two. That's right. You buy the age, you buy the reputation. Cohen is famous in the hedge fund world for cutting his losses. Would he do that? Would he do the same in baseball? I kind of did it last year, he said. I looked at it and realized that the team was probably not going to make the playoffs. And even if they probably wasn't going to get very far in the playoffs. And so I think at that point we had a 15% chance of making it. A lot of teams in front of us, it would have been hard to pull it off. I did a complete pivot, and I think I shocked baseball in the extent that I did it. But for me, it's just natural because I looked and said, okay, I don't like the positions I have, and so I wanted to make a change. Cohen told a visibly surprised Sorkin that he views owning the Mets as well, let me just say it. Philanthropy. Let's say it right. I do, he said. That's why I bought the team. That's exactly why I bought the team. I said in my original press conference, if I make millions of people happy, how cool is that? And so I actually view it as a civic responsibility. Listen, nobody wants to lose money forever and spend money and not have success. And to me, I deem success is not only winning the World Series, getting in the playoffs, and winning the World Series, it's also developing a deep farm system that creates talent over the years, over and over again. Now, here's the thing about Cohen. He's a very successful guy. And he's only owned the team a few years now. Going into his 4th season as owner. All right. And obviously they tried to win it big 2 years ago. They came awfully close. And that team, I guess because of age or injuries, they ran out of gas. Okay? And it just fell apart last year. And that's what happens with an older team. He wants to win. I think we know that. And he treats the fans with respect, which the previous ownership did not do. The previous ownership's just sort of whatever. The attitude about us was very different. He's not a fraud. He's trying to do the best he can. And I'm not, this is not being an apologist. Just trying to be fair. Now, what's interesting about what he had to say here is that he's willing to do whatever he can to win. I think he said that. He's been saying that. He said that the other day, I think. He said that in a comment, saying that the luxury tax does not scare him. I don't think it does either, to be honest with you, because he did spend all this money just to get rid of Scherzer and Verlander and bring in these young players. He's taking a risk by bringing those guys in. Who knows what they're going to be? Who knows? But we're going to find out very quickly now, because a lot of these guys are going to start coming up this year. Drew Gilbert's going to be coming up this year, and so is Luis and Acuna. Probably more likely they're going to be here if they can play themselves. If you didn't know, the Mets AAA team plays in Syracuse, and they've been rained out a lot the last couple of days too. So they've had sort of a disjointed beginning to their season as well. So let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.